been a big kind of change in sentiment when it comes to TSMC being very bullish on AI versus ASML downplaying, the next 12 months. And that's partly to do with where TSMC sits, which is they are getting all these orders from NVIDIA as well as other hyperscalers who want to get their chips manufactured at TSMC, whereas ASML has got two companies that are pulling back on their orders, Intel and Samsung. And TSMC is the only one that's buying from ASML right now. So TSMC has a lot of bargaining power because they are the only ones who can raise their capex. Intel is really struggling. Samsung, we have heard, is also struggling now. So both those companies, the next two big buyers of ASML, are looking to pare back their spend. And that's why I think TSMC is in a great spot, both from the customer side as well as having the supplier bargaining power.
All right. ASML is a Dutch company. If the U.S. tells me to do something, why don't I just tell them to go take a hike?
Well, I mean, it goes back to how these kind of countries work as a bloc. Look, I think when the U.S. government kind of asks a country to enforce their restrictions, then most of the times they end up doing that because of, the trading aspect of how these companies just operate as a block. And in this case, I think the restrictions are very targeted towards advanced machines that are used for latest leading node manufacturing. So I think, again, it comes down to how the politics of it is really focused on. And it's hard for the companies to control that, right? So if the governments agree on something, they have to comply with the restrictions.
So we have the ASML CEO. He's been speaking at the Bloomberg Tech Summit recently, and he said last week that he sees the chip market's long-awaited recovery extending well into next year. You think that's a fair timeline, given all of what's going on in the industry right now?
I mean, there are two pockets here. One is the AI pocket, which is really firing on all cylinders. I mean, companies have insatiable demand, and we have seen that with TSMC and NVIDIA really kind of talking about it endlessly. On the other side, the traditional markets like smartphones, PCs, autos, they're still slow. I mean, there has been a rebound, but it's been very kind of flattish for a few quarters. And even the prognosis is not like you're going to see massive acceleration in top line growth. So that's where I think companies that are exposed to AI are growing much faster than the companies that are exposed to these traditional end markets.
And is that just because the market for smartphones is pretty saturated at this point? Like, don't we all pretty much... I mean, it seems pretty ubiquitous now. I mean, how much more are there really like these big markets that are waiting to be tapped into?
I mean, that's where AI will play a role in terms of driving upgrade for your smartphone. It's just right now, AI is being consumed and deployed almost solely on cloud. That's where the cloud vendors are seeing it in their results. But for every edge device, whether it's PC, smartphone, nobody has talked about using AI on the device. I mean, you can do it through your app that is running on the cloud, but you don't need to upgrade your smartphone for that.